Okay guys, I had to make another video. Everybody since the last video was asking me about EMF. Don't you know it's the main threat to our health, the microwave radiation, and you're just talking about chemtrails. And so I thought, yeah, of course, I'll let you know. I do think it's extremely important. It's one of many issues that threatens life on this planet, one of many assaults that are going on against us. And I have a lot of electrosensitive friends that are able to feel the immediate effect of this microwave radiation that not everybody can feel, but it's doing the same damage to everybody whether they can feel it or not, and I believe that's what it is intended to do, and that's why it's getting harder and harder to get away from it. And for the electrosensitive people, a lot of them are in great distress. Their lives are becoming pretty unbearable. They can't find any place to get away from the radiation, and some are feeling it, just constantly feeling sick all the time. And I don't think that the people in charge, our rulers, so to speak, really plan to slow down spreading this radiation, because they intend to destroy life on the planet. It's pretty obvious, really, from what they're doing. It's just hard for most people to grasp that anything like that could be happening, but unfortunately, if you look at it openly, that's what's happening. It's not just population reduction or that sort of thing that people talk about. It's total reduction, step by step. It's just obvious from the details of what they're doing. They're not planning to leave any of the life support systems intact on the planet. But the fact that they're doing it slowly, step by step, methodically, buys us some time to turn things around if we figure out how to do that. So, in the way I see it, radiating the world with the microwave energy is just one part of an overall agenda that has many such attacks in them. That's why we talked about chemtrails yesterday, and we're going to talk about a lot of the other elements of this overall assault in the immediate time to come, and in much more detail on the Planetary Healing Club private club format. That's why we're putting that together quickly and arranging to start that tomorrow, actually tomorrow night, from the day that I'm making this video. Although you can still get the archives if you've missed it. Just get signed up and you'll have access to all of them. Or if you're in a part of the world where the time's not convenient for you to be up in the middle of the night to join us, I hope you can. But if not, you can still get everything via the archives. So if we connect the dots, this is what I'm talking about with the geoengineering that we talked about yesterday, and the EMF and the chemical agriculture. Fertilizers are really as bad as the pesticides. It's just people don't know about that. But the GMOs, drug medicine, nuclear power, fluoride and other things in the water, the toxic products that you're supposed to put on your skin and your hair and everything, and all the technologies designed to hurt us, plus the fake education and the fake science and the fake news and the fake entertainment. All these things are tied together in this giant psyop, and mostly it's to keep you in fear and weak and drug addicted and feeling like you have no power to do anything. And then when you understand that, it begins to make sense. So a lot of these single issue groups, oh, by the way, and that's why we're told that this is all a conspiracy theory, to think that any of this is on purpose. You're supposed to think nothing of the kind, that everything's fine, just move along, nothing to see here, and that sort of thing. And a lot of these single issue groups working on, say, just chemtrails or just microwave radiation or just GMOs or just nuclear power, they're very legitimate and important, and their work is critical. So that, you know, there's no point in fighting between those groups over who's the most important. That's really playing right into the hands of the people that are trying to keep us fighting with each other, hating each other, afraid of everything. With the microwave radiation, you realize it ties right into the smart grid, and with the work of the people who are trying to expose and stop Agenda 21. But none of these things are stopping, if you notice. And it's great that the groups are spreading awareness of the problem. That's really important. But the ones who are doing this on purpose, who are involved in the conspiracies that you're not supposed to believe in, those guys, those men and women who are devoted to hurting us, are not planning to stop. They're trying to kill us, and until we change them, they're going to keep doing that. So we're supposed to believe we have no power to do that. Some people think they can fight them and do it by force. I don't think so, personally, and it's not because I'm trying to be pessimistic, because I'm not pessimistic at all, and I'll explain more of that later. But they want us to use force. That's a red flag that it's not a good idea. They've got weapons that they would love to have an excuse to use to wipe us out more quickly than they're doing now. But we do have a power that is beyond that, that might seem like fantasy when you're not aware of it now, but it's real and it's dormant in every single human being. And I've had a little bit of contact with the idea of it and with the experience of it on the lowest levels. So that gives me a desire and an obligation to share it with you. And unfortunately, it's not a magic pill, an herb, a holistic medicine, or anything like that. It requires some real work on yourself. And health is only the beginning. But if you do the health part, you'll find out you don't have to be sick because there's chemtrails everywhere. You don't have to feel terrible because of the microwave radiation. There are ways to bring back your resistance and your immunity to those things that your body really can make strong again. And once you've got that done, once you've got your health back, your energy's up, and you're back to closer to your normal state, well, then the real work actually begins. That's the very beginning. I can't talk too much about it here. This is a public video, but I can get into it more in the private Planetary Healing Club, which is what I'm inviting you to. Starts tomorrow, but if you're seeing this video later, get signed up anyway and join us. Help us with this work, please. If you're brave enough, willing to do some work on yourself, you find out that yourself is the most fearsome adversary that you'd ever have to face. Real martial artists know this, that facing 100 physical enemies is nothing compared to looking at the programmed habits of yourself that you're attached to. But there are ways to do that effortlessly, where you don't need any willpower. That's what I want to share with you, and then I want to be with you each week as we work through that together. And if a few of us manage to really put this together in the way that it can be done, we can turn things around on this planet. And I know you probably won't believe me. That's okay. But I'm telling you the truth. I wouldn't be spending my time doing all this stuff if it weren't for that. Because I have that focus too, to do that work, and I'd just like to do it with you, help you find out how to be more comfortable and higher energy, more focused on really positive purpose in the midst of this environment that we've got to work with now. So if you're brave enough and willing to do the work, then I'm personally inviting you to meet me and join me in the Planetary Healing Club, and we'll do it together. If you want more detail, you want to know how to get private access, you need to go to a web page that I put up recently with the help of our engineer, Doug Diamond. It's at lostartsradio.com/club. That's CLUB. So Lost, LOSTARTS, plural, radio, lostartsradio.com/club. I can say a lot more in that private environment, and this is practical work. If you're willing to do it and you stick with it, not only can you feel a lot better, and no, you don't have to be sick because of the chemtrails. You don't have to be sick because of the EMF. You can get over electrosensitivity and other things. In most cases, you can get over a lot of incurable diseases. I don't want to say too much more about that. A lot of doctors have been killed for exposing one little tiny bit of what I'm talking about here. And I intend to expose all of it. So let's do it. Meet me there, and I'll see you inside the club. lostartsradio.com/club, CLUB. I'll meet you there.